Hello, we're on the roof of Cynthia Payne today, and State Farm has written an estimate for repairs to this roof. So today we're going to repair this target shingle that's outlined in red. The outline in white is for the shingles that may be affected as a result of the repair. Shingles 5, 6, 7, and 8 all need to be unsealed in order to remove the fasteners that hold the target shingle in place. If we have mat transfer, shingle 5 can affect 3, the target shingle can affect 1 and 2, and shingle 6 can affect 4. So that is the reason for the outline. I have been hired today. I'm an independent third party. Been in the roofing business almost a decade. I am a BEI certified repairability assessor, making me an expert on the matter of repairability. So I've been hired to perform a repair and document it from start to finish to see what happens. So I've been doing a pretty steady overview. I have multiple pictures beforehand. All right, that looks good. I'm going to set you up at an angle here so you can see just how high the shingles are manipulated when removing the fasteners. Also installing the new ones. We will be using a snake tool today, as State Farm requests. All right, I think we're zoomed in good there. All right. Oops, get my gloves on. All right, so again, this is the target shingle that we are going to repair today. It's obviously unsealed. We're going to move forward unsealing the rest. We got a little tear just right here. You know what? I'm going to show that. Put you right back. Just barely putting the tool in has caused a tear on the shingle. I'm not surprised given the condition of this roof, but just want to go ahead. Actually, let me take a photo of that as well. Okay. There we go. Let's try over here. Unsealed. I'm gonna check underneath, see if you see any mat transfer. Got a little mat transfer here. We'll take some up close here at the end. Oh, just lifting it, as you can see, not even 10 degrees. That caused this to unseal. And you can see, again, just the slight height I'm lifting it. We have bridging occurring on the shingles above. So we have some mat transfer. We'll show that at the end of the video along with photos. Now, before I go any further, I am going to place a speed square underneath the damaged shingle we're going to be replacing. I'm getting it to the 45-degree mark. That, you can zoom in, that is a 45-degree angle, which we should be allotted for in repairs, but we will keep this well below 45 degrees. I'll be surprised if I get above 20. So, but just wanted to show you what a true 45-degree angle looks like here. All right. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and start removing the old fasteners. Oh, actually, hold on. I'd like to do one more step beforehand. Okay. So, I have a very thin bristled brush, which we'll use at the end, and I'm going to wipe across the area right above. the shingles. And while we have a little aggregate loss due to age and condition, nothing severe. So just wanted to show that, because we will do that at the end as well. Okay. Moving the fasteners now. And again, just lifting to see fasteners, you can see the bridging caused just from what little we're lifting here. Should be another. Oh, okay. So that became delaminated again, but just for reference, we're at 15 degrees as far as lift, the height and angle of the shingle. So tar was covering that one. And we'll do this one more time just for reference, because I feel like that may be slightly higher, but nope, still at 15 degrees. Which we have to lift at least that high just to see fasteners. And I'm hearing multiple obliques when I lift it become delaminated. That also presents a major problem for repair, because now we're leaving these shingles susceptible to wind damage in the future. Again, just lifting it, this one has become delaminated now. Oh, and that's going to be hard to show in a photo, but we had a pretty bad nail pull through there. The problem with a nail pull through is the nail pulls through the shingle, and when the head pulls through the shingle, it actually fractures the bottom side. We actually have a pretty decent sized hole here, but it's going to be hard to pick up on camera. On the underside of the target shingle, I'll be able to show what that looks like. Dang hammer. As you can see, I'm taking my time, trying to be careful and cautious. That should be all of the fasteners. Go ahead. Oh, no, still have one more here. Must be up top. Yeah, I don't see it, so we either have yep, we have a nail that's driven all the way through the shingle here, so, and that is 26 degrees there. It's the highest I've lifted, and it's because of this right there. You can see the nail I was aiming to remove, and it tore the shingle. So now we just got to get that nail out of there. Okay, so that was a high driven nail. But that was the highest we lifted the shingle, and that was at 26 degrees. So still well below the 45 mark. We'll move this off to the side. Go get our new shingle. Fits. Start installing the new fasteners now. For those not familiar with the snake tool, where you place the nail in, there's a lip, so the nail does not go flush to the deck of the roof. So I have to go back with the bottom side of the snake tool to make sure it is flush. So that is what you will see with the extra hammering. Okay, so right now it's not flush. We'll go back in, and now it's flush. And you can see the bridge, and we'll lift this to show. I'm right in the middle of the nail zone, so this is as far. I have to get it at least this far to get in the nail zone, but you can see the bridge, and from the hammering, starting to see aggregate loss and a fracture right above the bridge. But again, we'll do up close once we're finished. Again, right in the center of the nail zone. Actually a little below center, closer to the new shingle, but still well within the nail zone. Again, bridge. And I'm seeing aggregate loss there. Fracture that's presenting itself. There. Bridging. Last fastener. Again, the bridging up here is higher, and you can see the aggregate loss and fracture right above that bridge. We're going to do an up close. So I'm going to go ahead, even though it's pretty clear, we're still going to mark the shingle new. Okay. Now, get you over here. We're gonna zoom out. All right, so fit is pretty much perfect. Obviously, that's the new shingle, and without touching the shingles at all, you can see fracturing on the courses above. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my brush again, and we're going to go over this step by step. So you can see the angle I'm lifting, which is next to nothing. You can see the bridge, and the fracture is right above the bridge. Now I'm gonna very lightly just take my finger, because you can see still the loose aggregate that's in that fracture. Okay, angle, bridging, fracture. This one has become delaminated, but you can see right where the delimitation is. It is right there where the fracture's at. This one also became delaminated, so that's two that's become delaminated. You see the bridge, you see the fracture, bridge, fracture, and again you can just see the loose aggregate that's on here. This bridge, as you can see, is up higher, but you can see without me touching it where the fracture is. Same thing here, bridge is higher, fracture, bridge, fracture. I think, yep, this one also became delaminated. Light fracture, bridge, fracture. We might have two. We have two different bridges on here. Yep. And you can see, again, just the loose aggregate that's on there. So we have multiple creasing and fracturing on the courses above the repair. Now I'm going to do a steady overview so we can see what these creases and fractures look like currently, and then I'm going to go underneath to show the mat transfer that I was seeing. You can see some right around that nail head. Some more light mat transfer there. Look under 6. We don't have a massive amount of mat transfer, but the creasing and fracturing now has damaged shingle 5, 7, 6, and 8. So we had 1 shingle damaged, and during our repair we now have 4 shingles that are damaged as a direct result of the repair. So in my expert and professional opinion, this roof is not pliable enough to stand limited repairs without causing excessive more damage to the shingles around it. We'll send this video in along with photos. Thank you for your consideration.